name's Nigel Mahoney. My role, I guess I would call myself an enterprise agile coach. I like to think that I'm helping business change. My particular story, I got a ceiling, I think, with team coaching. And what I was finding is I could help the teams make improvements, but it was siloed, and so you couldn't get any further. And then what I'd actually done is I'd done the course with AWA with David Lowe and Hafer, and that was really good for the team coaching. So I decided to do the boot camp with Simon, and that gave me the understanding of what I need to do, but not really the practicality. So then I was at that level where I was hitting the ceiling. I knew there was something better. So what was the obvious next step? And that was to do the enterprise cohort. So I always like to think about it as and I don't know which way is the right word. It's like the lubrication of all these techniques we know about agility and things we know about agility, small things, experimentation and all that. It's easily said, but it's very difficult to get people to actually come around to that way of thinking. And what the enterprise cohort and the program taught me was, well, how do I bring the people together to create the space so they then adopt it? And I think that is the real key. Again, it really is about creating, to me, it's about creating that space, and that's how I've used it. So a lot of things I understood, like experimentation and that. So using the enterprise change pattern, and especially about who to bring in, how to create the safety and that safety net, psychological safety and all things like that. And then just repeating those experiments and watching things change. And it's amazing just by doing those few things. It's such a simple pattern. You've got these techniques, but the effect kind of ripples on and people kind of excited because it allows them to own it. And I can almost step back and not tell them what they describe to them what they need to change. They figure it out for themselves. So I have the techniques. I know what needs to change, but by letting them figure it out, the enterprise change pattern makes it much more sticky, I guess, more powerful. The light bulb moment is when I learned to let everything go and not feel like I need to know all the answers, because again, it's about creating the right space for the right people. So I mentioned I did the boot camp, and it's really good. I like to think of the boot camp as a taster. I know it's 1 week course, but it is really the taster. And this goes into much more depth because not only do I provide with a wealth of material outside the course, reading material with things I wouldn't have thought about reading and stuff like that. And you learn about humanity and people and a lot about psychology and how people react. You learn tools and techniques, I think, which is brilliant, because a lot of it's about facilitation, tools and techniques. And also you get to meet some really great people. So I've met people who I would now consider network colleagues. And I've also made some really good friends out of it as well, who I keep in contact and work on ideas. And even to the extent of joining I don't know how to call it, the post-graduation club, where we go on retreats and things like that and actually have some fun together, but also run through new ideas and stuff like that. So all these reasons, it's hundreds of reasons, and it works. We talk about certifications and stuff like that. I'm not really a big fan of certs because there are a lot of do a 2-day course and your cert. But I actually think it was fulfilling because it actually provided me with the skills to do my job and what I needed to do. It's like going and doing a degree at university or a TAFE, or I don't think you call it TAFE over here, but a secondary education kind of thing. So you've got that practical experience. So actually achieving that made me feel really good. I was very proud of that, actually. The thing that's really good about it is you're actually working with your own client or your own company, and actually you get the support of the cohort and the people who are teaching the course and mentoring the course to give you feedback about what you could be doing better and stuff like that. And I think that's invaluable. And it's such a good way to learn.